Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Jinx, and I'll be facing off against the Teemo adventure from the Spirit Blossom campaign. This is probably going to be my last run here, so I figured I'd use a relatively easy champion to go ahead and clear it. I'm fully expecting things to go extremely well. After all, Jinx is very strong. I'm still running this setup that I normally use on Jinx. Loose Cannon's payload makes Jinx level up immediately, and Pow-Pows are very good spells. And Chemtech Duplicator, just to duplicate spells when we reach 6 plus mana gems, helps close out the game if it goes on for that long. And Luden's Tempest, so that while Jinx is on board, my spells deal even more damage, which gets doubled up by the Get Jinx, which should help us burn down the opponent. Out of the gates, flexible game plan, Dragon's Rage. Out of the gate summons either a Nigger Apprentice or a Boom Crew Rookie, or a Rocket Border. It feels bad to reroll an epic power, but I think I have to do it just because I don't really like what it pulls. Thrice bound, summon the highest cost follower from the deck. Some treasure. Not that great. Yeah, let's reroll it again. Evolution. I guess we just win then. Evolution is so strong. Jinx will come down with an additional... just a +1/+1 for now. But as we go throughout this run, we'll probably pick up some more keywords for Jinx. Make use of the evolution. And even if we don't buff up Jinx by that much, stuff like the Rocket Border or the some treasure have some keywords by default, so we're going to end up with some rather large units anyway. Do I play on curve? Like 3-drop, discard the jury rig? Actually, I'd rather do it like this. Zonite Urchin, Rocket Border. I don't think I need the cards in hand for the Jinx that I'll play next turn. Yeah, let's attack. We'll do it like this. Deal 6 to the opponent's Nexus, clear up the board a little bit. Next turn Jinx clears the unit the opponent has on board. And I get one Super Mega Death Rocket. Two actually, I forgot. We get one by from the default level up on Jinx. And then another one from the power. Shame that my power didn't deal 1 damage to one of the makers. Because of that I won't be able to cast the second Super Mega Death Rocket. But I still have lethal next turn. Depending on what the opponent plays. If he doesn't play anything that I can target with the Pow-Pows. Or I can just do this, that also works.
There's a blast from the past.
That went well.
We blew them all.
Most games will probably go like this. Jinx is very fast and very strong. Definitely not as strong as Swain though. Boom Baboon, Divine Clerk, Overgrown Snapvine. I want spells, not units. I want good spells, I should clarify. Crumble does basically nothing for this deck. I suppose I'll pick Yoink, just because I might be able to steal something good from the opponent. And even then, that's a bit iffy. Cyan. Cyan has discard synergy. Yeah, I'll stick with Cyan, just because of that. Enemies have 2 impact for welcomed gifts. Round end, kill all enemies except your strongest for the big oldest stash. You know what, since the Jinx is strong and this run is going to be very easy, I might as well just pick the downside power, just so I can have a bit of a challenge. Definitely want more keywords on the Some Treasure. Ooh, and Hallowed. That's a keyword for all of my units. And that's probably going to be it here. Don't see anything else that's decent in this shop. A Too Quiet Place or Explosive Encounter. Yeah, let's go for the Explosive Encounter. A Too Quiet Place might prove to be very difficult. Mostly because we do rely on targeting the opponent's units with spells for removal most of the time. Not really satisfied with this end. I would like it if I, draw Jinx. Definitely want to summon as many units as possible, just so the opponent has less board space to fill up with landmarks. That's unfortunate. Do I try to steal something from the opponent? Yeah, let's do it just to see what the opponent has in hand. Unleashed the energy. Paper 3, drop the bomb. Honestly, I'm going to pick up the drop the bomb just because it's a spell and our deck really benefits from having spells.
Light the fuse.
Take the wheel.
Time to go.
Next turn I'm just going to play Jinx. Discard most of these units anyway, so it's fine. I think the opponent played that thing here. Now he doesn't have a form of removal for Jinx.
We're doing it.
Does he have anything else? Yes, he does.
Is that a challenge?
Fortunately, it doesn't matter because my board is full, so he doesn't get to summon an additional Scrappy Bomb. That still some damage to his Nexus. Unfortunately, I'll have to take the 10 from this bomb dying. But I'll be fine.
My money, my rules.
Ouch. And now we just close out the game. Just to make sure that happens, I'm going to remove the opponent's unit though. There. The opponent didn't even get to attack, so the impact from the downside power didn't even come into effect. The entirety of the damage was dealt by the opponent's power. Yeah, let's pick up the Aloof Travelers. A little bit of healing should be nice. All of these are terrible, however. The Star Spring is interesting because it allows me to completely bypass the 2 phases of the last fight, but I don't think I'll ever be able to proc its effect. Most of my units have rather low health totals. Yeah, let's move on without even choosing a landmark here. The dancers or the 2 friendly poet. Let's go for the dancers. even if they can't be properly targeted, or they can't be reliably targeted, I should be able to do a lot better against this encounter than the other one. Mostly because I'll get to keep my board. Damn. The opponent hit a bit of a high roll by going ahead and rocking two nightmares right off the bat. I'll do this. Try to generate a blocker for the upcoming Blade Dance. No Blade Dance on the first turn. I guess I was wrong. Well then. Let's target the highest health unit.
Lost the beat.
Oh right. I keep forgetting that the opponent's units swap places. Yeah, whatever. Next turn I'm going to play the Jinx and just deal a bunch of damage to the opponent, so it's not like it really matters who I target with the spell. With the Pow Pow, I should say. Let's use one to remove that attacker. Ensure that I don't take any more damage than I need to. And then we even get to play the two Super Mega Death Rockets. Things are definitely going my way. The fact that the Reborn Grenadier has Deathless is also very nice. That means I can drop him down with Jinx on a defensive turn, get a free unit, and then have another unit on the following turn.
No greater gift than knowledge.
Depending on what the opponent plays here, I might just be able to kill him. Actually, I can just do this and kill him. Never mind, I don't even need the opponent's input. Fallen Student, Serene Spirit, Halloween Gale. Honestly, let's pick up the Serene Spirit, just because it replaces itself. I do want to keep my hand relatively full, and I do want to protect the Jinx, so Spell Shield is nice. Do I want to cut a card here? Yeah, let's cut the Amateur Aeronaut. Such a bad card. It's the way to balance out this deck, honestly. Just shove one bad card in, so that sometimes you are forced to draw a bad card.
You know you want me.
As the Elise encounter might show you, sometimes a dead draw is all it takes to lose a game. Yoink. Yeah, let's skip this end and toss the Rocket Border. I'm keeping the Yoink just to scout out the opponent's hand. This is actually a very good play. Let's remove the Evelyn right away, just so the opponent can't pull anything with her. That's fine. Fated Supplicant. You know, since charms are permanent, I can just do this, so I can charm the opponent's unit. And now I have a massive lifesteal unit. Sure, the opponent gets to steal it back next turn. But it's okay. Or maybe not, maybe he doesn't want to steal it. For some reason. I'm still going to play Jinx here though. Remove one of the opponent's units, set up so that the other unit dies to a Super Mega Death Rocket. Okay. He stole my unit. My Emerald Awakener. Well, I suppose he has served its purpose by healing myself back up to full. Yeah, that's fine. I have the burst speed, 12 damage for 1 mana. A very fair card. Even if the unit was at full health, it would still die. Unfortunate part is definitely the fact that I don't have enough damage to kill the opponent this turn. Maybe he has something in his hand. Nope. I guess I'll pick the Fated Supplicant, just because I can then use this as fodder to steal that unit. And it also works towards
carried away.
Fueling my hallowed count. Can I? No, of course, it's only followers that can be stolen with the beckoning guys. I guess we're using one of the Pawpaws there then. The opponent still doesn't die though. If he had played that, he would have died. Well, I found lethal. Get excited. Deals just enough damage to close out the game. Even more than that, in fact. I forgot. Since games never reached turn 6, I forgot I had Chemtech Duplicator to double up the amount of damage my spells deal. That was surprisingly slow. We even managed to reach 6 mana. Ooh, heavy hands on Jinx is incredible. Not only is it a +1/+1 off of the evolution, but it also increases the amount of damage she deals by double. Thrice Bound, Feral Senses, New Student. Nah, we can do better. Enfeebling Strike. I want to preserve some reroll, so I'm just going to take the averagely fine power. Power Overwhelming. Grant allies everywhere +1/+1. You know what? Sure, let's challenge ourselves by a lot. And we're even going to take the bottom path. Let's see if we can face off against the Chime encounter. The fact that every card we play is essentially 4 Chimes shuffled into the opponent's deck might make it so things are a bit challenging. But we'll get there when we get there. For now we have to deal with that Sinister Poro. Let's see what's in the opponent's hand. Sugary Snare, Treasure Trash. Let's remove one of the Sugary Snares from the opponent's hand. And then let's develop a board. And now all I have to do is wait for the next turn, play the Jinx, use two Pawpaws on the Sinister Poro, then it dies. Maybe. Also, every time we discard a card, we reduce one of the opponent's
Silent as death.
one of the opponent's units' attack value by 1. That's nice as well. Enfeebling Strike is doing a lot better than I anticipated. Really? No attacks? I really just going to accept the fact that I am going to completely turn your 30-30 into a itsy bitsy unit. I guess he is. Let's summon the Boom Kuroruki and then go from there.
Looks like I'm ready. Bye-bye.
The welcome gifts we picked up along the way is also contributing a lot by giving our units an additional +1/+1 besides the keywords they're currently getting. The unfortunate part is the opponent doesn't die here. I mean, he's going to start dealing with duplicated spells now that we've reached turn 6 or 6 mana. So that might prove to be a problem for him. I kind of would have liked the rally one, just so I could, well, rally. But I suppose the Imperium Dance is fine.
Okay.
Oh, right, I get to steal 2 things from the opponent. Yeah, let's use the skip. It's basically a nice elusive. Ooh, Minimorph is also a good deny. We're getting very lucky for hits. Know what? Let's start emptying our hand. Or I'll try to start emptying my hand. Mostly so I can get more super mega death rockets off of the Jinx. But it turns out it wasn't necessary, because the opponent just didn't have enough to keep control of the board. Ooh, you're recalling the Sump Treasure. How scary. Not. Now for the real challenge. Right after we go ahead and pick our rewards. Definitely the Orb of Deception. Finally, a damage spell. After all this time, we finally get to draft one. And the legendary power, just in case things go poorly. Do I want to cut an additional card from this deck? Honestly, the Eager Apprentice is not even that great. So sure. It's just that we always find ourselves with full mana or full spell mana at the start of the turn. So the Eager Apprentice doesn't really do a whole lot for us. Let's toss all of these. I am keeping the Roar of the Slayer, just in case. Actually, no, I shouldn't have kept the Roar of the Slayer. I should have tossed it back, because now it's going to be discarded by the Jinx. It's going to be alright. What are the odds that I'll need the Roar of the Slayer to deal with one of the opponent's units? He gets to shuffle 4 Chimes into his deck. And he procs them all immediately. Somehow. The opponent got very lucky. Sure, let's kill the Mr. Thrift. Just so I don't have to deal... Never mind, I'm going to have to deal with it. The Roar of the Slayer is going to hit there. Whatever, let's deal 7 to the Mr. Thrift. Set up so that it dies to something else. Some ship damage. A Super Mega Death Rocket, maybe. Honestly, I think the correct play here is to hold off on Jinx until turn 6 and then go for a lot of doubled up Super Mega Death Rockets. In the meantime, let's use the Aloof Travelers to force the opponent to discard the highest cost cards in his hand, namely the Madulis. Let's block here, block there. Actually, no, let's do this. This way the opponent heals less health because the some treasure has stuff. The opponent got a full board. Well, fortunately, I don't have to worry about him summoning a bard or something like that. Otherwise, I might be in a bit of trouble if he could buff the units in his board and in his hand. As a matter of fact, let's scout out his hand. Let's remove the units from it. Or try to remove the units from it. Bursting backpack. I suppose I'll deny one of the bursting backpacks. Let's discard something from his hand. Ooh, even gets to... Yeah, even burn one of his cards. That might be relevant. Roar of the Slayer doesn't really accomplish much, right? It only kills that thing. Yeah, I'll hold it for the next turn. It's one additional damage to the opponent's face. He summoned something. I'm going to drop down the Jinx here, one of them at least. It's important to note that after playing that Jinx I have completely lost all of my other Jinxes. So I have to make this Jinx count.
Section 1. Runeterra realms.
Attacking with the elusives. Well, as long as he spends all of his mana, I'll be fine. I can just pow down the elusives so that they don't deal any damage. And I'll even have enough mana to go for 2 Super Mega Death Rockets right after. Deal a casual 16 damage to the opponent's Nexus with for 1 mana. Now the opponent's going to start having a lot of shams in his deck. Yep. Well, fortunately he's not going to have a board next turn, so I'm going to be able to open attack and easily close out the game that way. Maybe. Depends on whether or not the opponent can interact with me at fast or burst speed. Which is extremely unlikely. Because he's in Bundle City Targon. Which means that the ways he can use to stop this attack are virtually non-existent. That's one of them. but that's not enough. He would need to kill 2 units, or need to stop 2 additional attacks,
We blew them all!
but he couldn't, so he died. Well, now that the hardest part is over, I'm completely convinced that the last encounter is going to be a breeze. Storm calling on the jury rig. Do I want that? Nah. Let's move on. Area education, I guess. With Jinx on board, that's a +2, +0 board wide. So it might be relevant. And for the card cut, let's cut the Serene Spirit. I haven't even seen it once since I added it to my deck. So it's not like it's a crucial part of it. And since it's not crucial, I'd rather have the consistency. Let's toss all of these. The Roar of the Slayer is interesting. I'll keep 1 Roar of the Slayer. It might be relevant to stop a free attack from one of the opponent's units. I know he has the 3-mana Minotaur with a free attack on summon. Well, the opponents just got incredibly lucky.
The sharper the thorns.
I think the opponent should buy a lottery ticket after that start. He just gets a freaking which one is it going to kill? I hope it's this one. He just gets a damn full board on the first turn out of nowhere.
Words of
And he still had units to play on the back of it. Incredible. Fortunately, I managed to mitigate as much damage as possible, meaning I only took 1 from the puff cap. This is going to be a very sad Jinx, but I'm still going to do it, because I definitely need the 2 pow-pows I'll get here for the to remove the Atakan next turn. I'll be able to pop his spell shield here. I would like it if he could summon more units, like spend all of his mana, but he doesn't. I was hoping he would. That's why I was passing the turn, so he could develop a board that I could clear easily with my spells. Well, let's do 12 here. Completely mitigate that, or completely turn that thing into a non-threat. And then we use a pow-pow there. And we use a get excited there. I'm doing all of this just so I can get another Super Mega Death Rocket. And I'll clear the board in the process. I have to pull the trigger on the Super Mega Death Rocket, I think. That board is definitely scary enough. Mostly because Atakan gets the attack stat of the units the opponent has on board. I'm not going to have a Jinx for a while. So I have to protect her at all costs. She's very close to death though. Fortunately, the opponent has seemingly, or I'm in a position where I can apparently kill the opponent, or at least finish this phase. I do this, I deal double damage with the Get Excited, and then I'll deal double damage with this Super Mega Death Rocket. I'll also clear the opponent's board here. The only way he survives is if he develops a blocker. That's not a blocker. Okay, we managed to trigger the second phase. Though I'm not really in the best position. I guess if I get to empty my hand next turn, I can go for a Super Mega Death Rocket that clears the opponent's entire board. But that's very dependent on what I hit here. The opponent procced a lot of nightmares. Let's do 10 there to the elusive. Actually 20 to the elusive. Then we dot up the Sump Dredger. Get the Super Mega Death Rocket back.
I need just a moment.
I don't know if the opponent has any more units, but I have to do this. Can't risk the opponent attacking me with his full board. I'm already in a position where I'm going to take a bunch of damage off of the buff caps.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
That kills the Jinx. And with it, my win con. Unless I hit something incredible off of this draw. Well, that's a decently statted unit, I suppose. Oh, right. I get 2 of them. Or more of them, because of the fleeting effect from the Spirit Stone. So I get a full board of this. I wonder if it's enough to close out the game. It is! Oh, that could have gone so horribly wrong if I didn't draw... Not specifically this card, but either this or Jinx, because I would have ran out of value. I had no cards in hand, and without the constant spam of Super Mega Death Rockets, I would have definitely gotten overwhelmed by the opponent's board, because they would have developed the board. Either, no matter if I would like it or not. That was... And honestly, that last encounter was definitely harder than the Chime one, which is very surprising. Normally, if you can beat the Chime encounter easily, you can beat the Teemo one extremely easily as well. That was a nice change of pace. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.